to daily 19. My voice is just coming back, so I'm good to go. We'll see if I can breathe through this. Because I've been sick, and because my body has been through a lot, my time is only going to be 45-15. So if you feel like 45-15 is easy for you, maybe you want to go up in time. I actually recommend you do it because of the cardio challenge we just did, and you know, we've got a lot coming up, so the fact that I'm giving you 45-15, do it. And maybe just push a little harder than me during the 45s. So that's my suggestion, and we are going to get started. So in 10 seconds, we are going to begin with skipping. In 10 seconds. So, we're going to start with skipping, and if you don't have a rope, then don't use a rope, just run in place. And I'm using this skipping as my warm-up, and maybe I'll just take the next exercise kind of easy, so that I'm really, really nice and warm by the end of the first 3 minutes. So that's always where I feel kind of my blood pumping after 3 minutes, and that my body knows it's in the workout. So let's just stay here for a little bit and not push too hard. We have a lot of skipping today. Remember, your skipping can be this. It can be this. It can be this. Whatever you want your skipping to be. It can be high knees. I like working with my pretend rope because it has a little weight on the bottom. This is very old. I don't even know where I got it. I have a little weight on the bottom, so it makes my shoulders work a little bit harder. And from here, we're going to go into an air squat. Like I said, the first 3 minutes, really like you're kind of letting your body know that you are working out. So I just wanted to say something. I am 6 days into my Instagram food log for you, and you've actually seen a really interesting week because I don't eat like this. Yeah, I don't have, you know, iced coffees all the time and bread. It was like I couldn't consume anything else. And then we head into the weekend, and then you see me do all kinds of things in the weekend. I have a little bit of a cookie, and I had my pretzel just now that I showed you guys. And one thing about that pretzel I want to tell you, I'm not big on white flour at all. I've got issues with white flour and sugar, okay, my own issues. And when I say my own issues, it's because I don't want you to like freak out because white flour, nothing's evil, nothing's bad. It's all just food. Maybe trans fat is a little bit evil. Anyway, regarding post-workout, if you eat white flour post-workout, even on a day-to-day, like, that's not a big deal to me at all. In fact, it can fuel you very fast. The reason I had that pretzel, I was actually keeping it for my daughter for later. I really did not feel well before I hit record. Before we started the workout, I was like, uh-oh. But really it was a matter of fuel. The second I had that pretzel, you know, the sugar kind of goes straight into the bloodstream. We're going into jump squats. Of course, you can do an air squat. You don't have to do a jump squat. So white flour pre-workout, especially a pre-cardio workout, it's not a bad thing, right? Not at all. I don't like it in general because it goes right into the bloodstream and you kind of drop, right? It has that effect like white sugar, just that sugar drop. But when it's pre-workout, man, it can work charms. It's like a date or a banana, a little bit of a banana pre-workout. And especially since I haven't done cardio in a week, because I really have not been feeling well. So it really kind of did the trick. I've got to say, getting ready for skipping. So we're doing skipping after every exercise today. I have to say, quarantine kept me so healthy that my kid goes back to kindergarten, no more quarantine. I knew I was gonna get hit. I knew it. It's like, I just have to look at a sick person and I get sick. I don't know what the deal is with my immune system. I've been like this. If someone is sick around me, I will get sick. And I'll probably get it worse than whoever it is. My husband can be around me. He can even drink from the same cup as me. And he'll barely even get sick, man. How is that fair? Just kidding, I don't want him to get sick. Don't want him to get sick. Definitely I don't. For so many reasons. Okay, getting ready for sit-ups. So, my pregnant ladies, you're gonna do a dry maneuver. You know, really tightening up and releasing. Everybody else, let's go for those sit-ups. We have a lot of core today. Today is cardio and core, high intensity interval training. You get to push as hard as you want to push, as hard as you can push. And you should want to push as hard as you can. All right, that's the goal here. I want you pushing hard. I did write this down for you, that you need a chair, but I'm just reminding you, you do need that chair. Trying to use as little momentum as possible, keeping the hands either behind your head, or maybe you even want to bring them forward, that's fine. Getting ready for skipping. Okay. So usually what we've done up until now is really no biggie for me. This is usually like a warm-up mode. I have to tell you, this head cold turned into like a full-blown chest cold, coughing in my sleep, coughing throughout the night, like really. So, oh, and it's not Corona. I didn't have any of you. This is the normal cold people have, except for D. D gets it worse. This is just the way it is. So cardio is hard for me today. This is hard for me today. Like there's this burning feeling in my chest, but we're gonna get through it. Today's gonna be my breakthrough workout, breaking through whatever it is that I had going on here. Okay. Pregnant ladies, you're going into a bird dog on all fours, opposite arm and leg. Everybody else, I want your legs on your chair or whatever it is that you're elevating them on. And we're going back to the sit-ups. And I want you to kick up your legs as little as possible so you're using almost no momentum if possible. That also means that if your hands are coming forward, that's fine. All of us should be lifting our pelvic floor. So, pregnant ladies, when you're doing the bird dog, pelvic floor, my sit-up people, my more advanced people, all of you guys should be lifting the pelvic floor. Now, the reason it's hard at the end is because you're really trying not to kick up your legs, all right? You're trying to control your way up and down, and the further back your hands are, the harder it is. So this is going to be harder than this. Now, I'm starting to feel like I can push. I'm not feeling like myself, but I feel like I can push a little bit harder. Like I said, today I'm breaking through. So I'm going to up my pace a little, see how I'm doing. Tightening up the abs. So yeah, weekends, nutritionally, I always deviate from my regular routine for a few reasons. One, because it's fun and we only live once. Two, because it's important. My daughter spends all the weekend with me, and it's important for me that she see me eat everything, that nothing is off limits. elevated bridge, everybody on the back, feet up. So, and then the other thing is also, like, because we're kind of always on the go on the weekend, it just kind of, like, my breakfast today was not typical. It was like a bar, a coffee, an iced coffee, which I do not touch during the week, except for this past week, right? You saw the last time that happened was when I was sick. And then like watermelon, and then a pre-workout pretzel. My Saturdays usually look like that. So this is a normal Saturday. You're really seeing it for real. My Saturdays always are like discombobulated food-wise. There is a healthy aura because I'm aware, and it's important to me to drink my coffee as much as possible black rather than with milk, or it's important to me to get all my veggies in. So I opted for the watermelon before instead of all the other crap that was offered. I was the one who made sure we had the watermelon, cut it up, put it in the BPA-free containers that I use for my food prep. So yeah. So there is a healthy aura. Sit low and stand. So get something low, like you see I'm not using one of our higher chairs. We're gonna sit and stand fast, making sure that you're shifting your weight to your heels. When you come up, squeeze your butt, squeeze your abs. Don't come up and just relax. You should constantly be working. And you're not sitting down for more than a second, so it's a tap and a lift. So, yeah, so my weekends regularly are kind of crappy, food-wise. Definitely not crappy, life-wise. I love them. And you guys know I am not about deprivation. And because I'm feeling better, I bet that tomorrow you're already gonna see my regular nutrition. I am OCD, I have my routines. You're probably gonna see it over the next week. And it's so awesome that like, I was challenged for a week. And I was like, no, you need to give me 2 weeks. Because you never know what will, like, look, you know, life threw me a curveball. That's just what happens. Curveballs are life, right? So I've had months and months and months and months where I did not touch sugar, maybe even years, I think. No sugar, no white flour, like clean to the T. So clean. And my anxiety was worse then because I wasn't able to let things go. We have a sit and low, either stand like you did before and just repeat that, or sit low and jump. So you can join me for sit and jump. If you are not pregnant, I'm gonna ask you to crunch your abs, lift your legs, and jump it. Crunch, lift. I'm probably not even gonna be able to get myself to breathless today because it kind of burns in my chest. So I don't even really want to get there. But remember what I said in the beginning. If you are taking it to your max today, take it. I feel like this is my max today. Right? You're seeing me after some pretty intense days. I couldn't even talk 2 days ago. Back to skipping. So yeah, life is life, man. Do your thing. Eat as healthy as you possibly can. So after those years of just eating so clean, OCD clean, I got pregnant, right? That changed stuff. It's so important to me that our kiddos, especially our female kiddos, even though I know eating disorders affect all of us. All of us, boys and girls, men and women. But I didn't even want the option for my daughter. The option of an eating disorder. Guys, we've got to fight for our kids, man. Okay, fast step up to balance, right leg. Going high is actually gonna make it harder. What I'm gonna do is lunge and up and up. The key is fast here, and then in terms of form, the key is shifting your weight to your right heel, digging your right heel down in order to lift up, not from your toes. I am purposely on a cushion to work my balance. So with a cushion is a little bit harder in terms of balance. You can always get rid of your cushion, or just use a regular chair, no cushion. Your coffee table, whatever it is that you're using. Just the right leg, back to skipping, then the left. I'm really, I take it very seriously, the whole eating disorder thing, the whole body image. I think all of my clients of all ages, both sexes, have body image issues, and some of them have disordered eating, and some of them have severe disordered eating, and then there's me with like, oh my God, it's not healthy. And then, I've read enough about it. I've learned enough about it to be able to actually calm down. Make sure my daughter sees me eat everything and not freak out about it. She sees me eat everything, I don't freak out about it. Right, and you've seen me, I've had days where I'm like, I woke up feeling fat today. That's the way we are in this day and age. I just don't want our kids to be that way. Like we have so much awareness now, so much knowledge. We've seen the damage. Like if we can possibly stop the next generation from freaking out over food, the amazing thing that nourishes our body and allows us to train, to play, to work. So, if we can change that relationship for our kids, that's amazing. I went on a rant. Didn't mean to, sorry. But as I'm going through this food lock challenge for you, it's bringing up all this stuff from me, all these missions I have, especially since becoming a mom. Not only, I'm thinking back 7 years. 7 years ago, I was in the States training, had a client, sweetest kid ever. Like, I think she was 18, if I'm not mistaken. Sweetest, oh my God. Here's how she became my client. She was working out in a small group, high intensity interval training. can shuffle light, so it'll look like this. Nice and easy. You can go a little lower. I'm not gonna touch the floor. This is, maybe I will. I'll see if I can handle it. So, she was in a high intensity interval training group. And the trainer, who I know did not mean any harm, I know this, okay? He's not a harmful person, was actually standing next to her. I'm getting the chills. Woo! I got the chills. Got emotional. Was actually standing next to her and saying, push harder, push harder. Now, I've seen anorexia. That was a severe case, man. That was a severe case. I ended up going to the owner of the gym saying, listen, someone's life is in danger. She does not need to be doing sprints. Absolutely not. First of all, she needs help. I stayed out of the picture, let them handle it. A few months later, she comes to me, still painfully thin, but she's now seeing a therapist. She's in a group. She had reached also hospitalization. And she asked me to strength train her and to kind of be with her throughout this period of adjustment towards a normal, healthy weight. Oh, wait, where are I? Oh, suitcase crunch. So, my pregnant ladies, you're in your sumo squats, and then everybody else, you're in your sumo, in your suitcase crunch, which means simultaneously legs up, hands up, trying to reach for your heel. If this is too much, maybe you just want to do this, and you don't even have to worry about coming up so high. Anyway, we strength trained, and she became just super strong. I think she even ended up being I think she didn't become a trainer, but she got a certification she was so into, weightlifting and stuff. How cool is that? And then, maybe a year later, I hadn't seen her for a little bit. She had left the gym for a while. And, I'm gonna try to get my hair. Anyway, she shows up. And I'm just like, I'm at the front desk hanging out with my friend, and shows up, hi, and I'm like, hi, no, don't know you. Anyway, it was her, just not thin, like not painfully thin, just gorgeous and strong and healthy. I don't even, like, what's skinny, thin, plump, what? She just looked gorgeous, like for real, for real. Guys, those of you who are pregnant or staying in the sumo and you're going for the heel raises, everyone else, I want you to get those legs up and go back to a suitcase crunch. And so the legs aren't really going down, but they are lifting up. And then they just stop on the chair. The key is control, guys. So if you're just throwing your way up, which I don't even want to show you because it's not good for my back or your back, I want you to stop, and I want you to work on your control. Your core control. Tomorrow we begin our, our workshop. It was so amazing to just get sick right after I started the workshop. The core workshop. I was like, what a gift, I get to rewrite it. Yeah, skipping. So guys, by the way, BTW, we have 5 minutes of skipping now, and then we have 5 minutes of planking. 5 minutes of skipping. This means that every single minute, first of all, it means we're towards the end. Second of all, it means that every single minute we're gonna make a little bit harder in one way or another. So, you're seeing me eat as I believe, like from the bottom of my heart, from me to the world, from me to my family. Whether I have good days or bad days, stay strong, man, woman. We're doing that again. So yeah. Eat healthy, don't freak out. Freaking out causes severe damage when it comes to this stuff. Minute 2. I'm gonna get my knees up a little higher and activate my core a little bit more. Keep it going. I might just try to hit breathless at the end of every minute now, just for a little bit. Just because my body is so warm now, I feel like I can give it a tiny push. And I think you guys really see I live by what I preach. I definitely don't talk the talk and that's it. Even to the point where, like, I said to you guys, I'm gonna get my knees up higher. I said to you guys, when it's here and up, I train, always. So I'm right now here and up. I took 2 days off, my chest right down here was just, and nothing was functioning there. So, you're like, this is it. This is for real. I lay it out for you. And which is why I love the challenge of the food log, because just like I didn't usually love people seeing me train, because it's seeing me struggle. And then I had the beautiful opportunity of opening up the doors to my living room, to the world, and we trained together. Same thing with the food log. It's like, yeah, can we, let's be real for a sec. Let's just be real for a sec. Which came at the price, yep, there's a price. The whole Instagram, Facebook, I'm having some issues with that. And what I'm trying to do, and also Bits and Edits helping me out here, like as my friend, like moral support. I'm trying to get over any shit I might be receiving or feeling as a result of this social media. So one thing that's happening this is the last time, I promise. One thing that's happening as a result is, posing. I don't like taking pictures in the middle of the day. I'm gonna go up higher. You see I'm starting to cough, because it's hard for me. I don't like the pictures in the middle of the day. I don't like the pictures. I don't like posing. There's a lot of promotional stuff we're doing, which entails, right? It is exactly posing. I have mixed feelings about it. I used to model, and I didn't like it, so I just was like, not for me. I'm gonna go study literature and sports. That was the last time. We're getting ready for a plank. So there's just the feeling of awkwardness and the questions regarding my values. However, like even Tamal and Betzalel, they really talked to me about, I think even Hila mentioned it, like, this is now the means to an end. It is no longer the end, right? It's not that I'm posing to pose. It's that I'm posing to push this thing that I just think might be able to make the world a better place in this tiny, 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 tiny little space that I occupy in the world. That's what's happening. And if I can push by posing, I might just go ahead and do that. The other thing about social media, God, I'm talking your ear off today. The other thing about social media, forward and back plank, your job is to really, really not drop your back. Keep your core on, squeeze your booty, squeeze your abs. Notice that I'm not going up and down, I'm just going forward and back. The other thing about social media is, right now, because I talk to you just not filtered, I'm wondering if I should say it. All of a sudden I'm like, Dee, maybe you went too far. But I'm gonna say it because you guys are my community. Is that I get hit on. Like I get messages, and then that's fine. I can just kind of, go past that. Side to side plank, side planks. And I want you to go slow, and if you can, you're gonna go for a leg lift. So if you can, head into a leg lift. That might be too much, in which case, you can always just bend your bottom leg and then go through a full plank, whoop, making sure you're activating your core so much so that your pelvis is looking at the wall ahead of you and not opening up towards the ceiling. So I get messages that are, Soraya and I were talking about it. Get messages that are gross, like not hitting on me, not like that hey thing I keep getting. And after 2.5 years of like being missing from social media, even the hey kind of bugs me, but I get it, that's fine. Leg lift in a high plank, I'm gonna head onto my handles. The leg lift means you're not gonna be moving your back, you're just squeezing the bum. So just squeeze, squeeze. So yeah, sometimes I get this like disgusting text on social media, on Instagram or Facebook, and I'm like, clearly if you were standing in front of me, you would never write that, ever, ever. Somehow you think that if you're writing it on social media, you think it's cool. So that I find, I even reached a point, let's do our side shifting plank and then we're done. So it's like forward and back, just you're going right and left, nothing drops. If you, first of all, here's how I see it. If you write this to me, this is how I see it now. I almost reached a point where I said to Cohen, my husband, okay, I don't think Bodyholic is for me. I can't do it. Because I just can't, I don't react well to this. But he was like, it's just nothing. They're nothing. And so, here's how I see it. First of all, these are very, 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 very bored people who write these kinds of messages. Well done, we're done with daily 19. Good job. Good job. I'm going to kick off my shoes, keep stretching, keep talking. So if you're really that bored that you can create a fake profile and write to me or to any other person just to be gross, then actually my heart goes out to you for real. Like, because you're probably very bored. And so I hope you find something more interesting to do with your life. And you lack emotional intelligence and the capability and the ability to understand that there's a person with feelings and his or her own intelligence on the other side of that text. And if you lack that, then you are missing a beautiful part of life, which is, the way we can support each other as human beings and come together rather than create, nasty feelings or antagonism, or just make someone feel so uncomfortable and so violated. So I also feel sorry for you on that level. And then the second I have this compassion from understanding what this person is missing. Then one, I block them and report them and then feel sorry for them. And then two, then I get messages from my bodyholics that are worth everything. So then I'm like, okay, one asshole as opposed to dozens of amazing human beings who want to work out and make their day healthier and feel better and do it within this beautiful community that is, the components of this community are people from all over the world who are just awesome. And then I'm like, okay, I can get over this social media stuff. That was daily 19. Tomorrow there will be a daily 20 in addition to our core workshop. Really well done. I cannot believe, it's almost like because I wasn't with you guys for a second, it's almost like having, not seeing a friend or a family member for a really long time, and then just getting back, I'm like, I have to talk to you. That's what just happened. So sorry for chewing your ear off. Love you guys. You totally make my day 10 times better. Thank you so much. Bye.